So, the situation has taken a turn.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I was watching the episode.
I actually really liked it.
After I posted the first episode, I realized I hadn't heard from Dylan in a really long time.
Send him the link, but he's like, I never want to see that.
Oh, Dylan. Kind of hurts my feelings because I put so much work into it.
So I reached out to make sure he was okay, but I never heard back from him. Will went on a date, Mason kissed a boy, then Taryn finally made contact with Dylan.
You have had contact with Dylan.
I have, yeah.
What did he say? Since we finished filming your interview, you have had contact with Dylan.
Well, yes.
What did he say?
He just refused to talk to Chris. He kind of started to use me specifically as the punching bag.
So Taryn finally spoke to Dylan over text. Without going into too much detail because it involves other people who aren't on the show, what I can say is Dylan heard some secondhand information, and instead of talking to us about it, he decided to ghost us forever.
He's ignored my messages. He's walked by me in the club without making eye contact.
Well, that's high school as f***, isn't it?
Like, I think it's pretty clear that he made a choice. Like, it's kind of a cowardly choice in my opinion.
He said the only reason why he kept being friends is because he's an immigrant and needs as much friends as he can get.
I really didn't care for the way Dylan spoke to Taryn, especially since Taryn was the one trying to be nice and fix things. Taryn did not deserve that.
It was like really shocking for someone to tell you like, I can't believe we were friends. I'm like, I'm just trying to find a solution like to a problem I just found out that day.
If he's mad at me for anything, he should have said something. Even if it's, I'm never talking to you again because you did this and I hate you. He should have said something.
I really shouldn't have to explain this, but sometimes in life, friends have issues. When you have issues, the first thing you do is talk to the person.
Especially when we have been there for him for an entire year.
It just came out of left field for me because not even that long ago we were dancing together. I could understand being upset and I can understand it was like
Unfortunately, Dylan's been going around saying that we're bad friends, which puts me in a position where I feel like I need to defend myself. Let me make this clear. No one else in this city has been there for him like we have.
This is a guy that I've lent him clothes, given him advice.
They don't want to like blend in with Black.
We hosted a birthday for him.
Happy birthday, Dylan. Happy birthday, Dylan.
Yeah. I was really lucky to make friends here. Like straight away, I was lucky to make those kind of connections straight away.
We helped him find his apartment, set him up with his boyfriend, talking him through emotional issues. Let me put it this way. We invited Dylan to everything. In the entire year that we were friends, Dylan has not asked us to hang out one time. And still, we didn't ask for anything. That's how much we were there for him.
From an outsider point of view, it seems like it's pretty one-sided.
It is.
And the appreciation is pretty one-sided.
Maybe the like unleashing it on me, a release to this thing that's been weighing on him, and I hope so because it didn't feel good for me.
Friendship is like, you have to reciprocate.
On some level, even if it's not split down the middle, there has to be some give and take, right?
Man. I've been to Dîner on Blanc for many years because I work in the industry, but this is the first time that I brought Chris.
About once a year, you'll just see a random group of people dressed in white, like what's going on? I will say though, it was absolutely beautiful. It really was a unique experience.
Oh yeah, it worked.
So it's Pride here in Vancouver, and we are ready.
Pride coming?
Pride, yeah, that makes sense.
Pride coming.
Vancouver Pride. You can feel a little corporate, but like...
Yes, and I really feel that recently. When I was younger, it was like cool, but now that I'm like older and I'm like, okay, cool, TD Bank, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get soaked by the fire department.
One of the fun things about Pride is choosing what you're gonna wear and like trying to look good for it. Show me your outfits.
So far, I have this red strappy one and then a black strappy one. This Pride, I'm wearing 2 strappy outfits. They're a little bit different from each other.
Wait, that's like a whole body thing?
It goes over my whole body, yeah.
Oh, I'm sensing a theme. Just as little as possible.
It's gonna be really fun.
So I have the dossier stuff here. The scents came in, or the fragrances. The last thing I always do before going out is to put on like a cologne or a fragrance. It just really completes the outfit and like sets the tone for the whole night. We have a huge collection of our own fragrances.
So that's Spicy Vanilla Blogger, inspired by Tom Ford's Noir. You chose that one, right? Do you want me to spray it on you?
Sure. This one we got from the store.
Your Kenneth Cole.
Yeah.
Kendall and Kylie.
I was a guest at an anime convention over in San Antonio, and it was Kieran's birthday. I took that opportunity to bring him along. I've brought Kieran over for the first time.
Cosplay is a big part of my life. I love going to different conventions in any city and any country to make friends anywhere I go.
We're here. Look at this banner. We're on our way to our table now. We are late. On our way to judging now, and this is my fellow judge, Taryn, Afro Queen. Winners! Happy birthday to Kieran! Happy birthday to you!
It was like a fantastical adventure, letting go of your stresses and having a good time. That's so very important to me.
Does the tinting happen at the same time?
No.
No, okay.
So basically, what I use is like a perming solution for your lashes.
It's like a perm for your
It's a
eyelash.
perm for your eyelashes, yeah.
I met Charity at Adrian's party and I found out she does eyelash lifts, which I've never heard of before.
And then after the perm, I'm gonna tint them.
My eyelashes are long and they kind of like swoop down and they like lock together. So I thought it would be cool to try, especially with Pride coming up.
How much control of the shape do you like? Is it based on those things? Is that what decides the shape?
So I want it to be about halfway, and that means we'll get a nice curl.
And just for some background, we did meet at Adrian's party, and you were the one with the lovely voice singing Disney.
Calls me, and no one knows how it goes.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Adrian. I hosted the last party. I had already modeled for Liam and his brand, Poker and Peach, before.
Adrian invited me to model for Liam Chernan's underwear company, Puckering Peach. You know, I decided to put myself out there.
I could not make it. Also, I don't know if I'm brave enough to be shirtless around a bunch of hot guys with abs.
When I first got there, I didn't know anyone.
I was fashionably late. I actually started flirting with the red hat. We just started making out.
A nice before and after, just always fun. It's my favorite part. So my name is Charity Kirshner. My business is called Chrysalissa. Last year I got really sick, and when I was recovering in the hospital from surgery, I decided that I wanted to pursue artistic things. I started this little business, and it's just been like a really fun, creative experience.
It was really fun. Yeah, I only knew a couple people, but it was nice because I got to meet a lot of new people, and I got some underwear. You should try these on. Oh god.
Like, how's your dating life been? Since I said I don't trust boys, how's
It's
it been?
actually been really good recently.
I don't trust any boys. I don't trust them.
Remember last time you said you had a twink and a daddy and one in between? Are any of those still in the picture?
Well, I have a daddy, I have a twink.
Really?
And I have another one in between.
The daddy,
Yeah.
the twink, not really.
Wait.
Still just seeing that person?
In the last episode, you and Clayton had gone on a date.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been chatting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Something felt really comfortable on that night, and I was just like, hey, want to do something this weekend? Am I okay to talk about that without asking him? Like, yeah. We simply haven't followed up on it. If like there's by any chance any feelings there that is not spoken to me, I don't want to shut the door by accident, and I don't want to sound like I've come to a conclusion without communicating it.
So it's nice to change it up for Pride, and by that I mean instead of going to your regular bars, you go to like bigger events that aren't there otherwise.
Wait, is everyone got tickets to going to Menagerie? I think most of us are going on Friday though.
Yeah, I think most of us are going to. We went to a menagerie before. We dressed up as animals, but this time I dressed up as a slut.
It was my first time being at something like that. People were actually really approachable, to my surprise.
Someone said on my last video that all the clubs we go to look the same. I guess a room full of flashing lights and people dancing just kind of looks the same on camera. I'm just gonna edit them all together because you're not gonna know the difference.
Having fun, I'm just appreciating you. I'm just looking at your soul. What's wrong with that?
And then we ended up at Happy Land.
You're all doing Happy Land as well?
Yes.
I wanted that P&E to be adult only and gay for like a long time, so like this is a dream come true.
Yeah. I just want to see Slater.
Taryn, say hi.
I hope the rides are running. I'm gonna have such a good time.
No, they are running. That's, you get to go like use the rides and stuff.
I was a public nuisance to the staff there. Over the speaker, they were like, once again, we remind everyone to not have their devices out.
Your makeup is...
This is starting to feel a lot like 2 episodes ago. The Peony, Alaska, Trixie.
Welcome to the Trixie and Katya Live.
We're just recycling backdrops at this point. I love Trixie, but we gotta stop giving this bitch our money. She's got enough.
I'm Trixie Mattel. How the fuck are you people doing?
It was a lot of fun. Like, that was the highlight of the whole year.
Someone actually came up to me at a bar and told me to stop making videos about Dylan. This will hopefully be the last time that I talk about Dylan, but I do need to address this. I thought it was pretty crazy how someone actually came up and told me not to make videos about Dylan.
Yeah, it wasn't about him specifically.
Dylan is part of an ensemble which he agreed to be part of. He left the project prematurely, without giving reason, leaving me high and dry.
It's just like, does Dylan feel that way? Because he hasn't talked to us.
I think that's kind of the crux of this whole issue, really, is that, like, he hasn't said one way or another to us.
When the guy came up to Chris, I'm like, are you saying this on behest of Dylan? Because Dylan didn't even say that to us. There's really only been one episode kind of talking about, like, where is he?
Right, like, he wasn't just some side character. He's in the theme song. And again, not to be insensitive, but if you just ghost us, did you really not think that was gonna be a plot line?
It's a reality show. It's hard because now we're forced to explain why a main character of the show is suddenly disappearing.
I'm going to make this very clear. Dylan had every opportunity to control his narrative. We asked him, if you don't want to be in this anymore, how do you want us to handle it?
Yeah.
He can't play the victim when he's been given the power to control the situation multiple times. I asked him to check his edits. He chose to ignore that.
I kept trying to like communicate. Did you want to like come in and talk about the places that you've been?
Dylan ignored that. Then Taryn asked him,
hey, if you don't want to do the show, what do you want to do for your exit? How do you want this to happen? And nothing.
You addressed it head on. He had the chance to control his narrative, and he didn't take it. If Dylan called me up and was just like, can you come film us talking shit about you, I would show up and film you talking shit about me and use it.
And for the record, we also sent Dylan a message notifying him that we would be addressing and wrapping up this topic in this episode, but to this day, he has not responded.
I did it again recently and got no response. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't understand.
I think it's such a waste of a friendship to just give up on it without even trying.
He made it so much worse by not talking about it. This whole thing has been blown so far out of proportion. It's especially hurtful because we did so much for him that we did not have to do. And the way he was so quick to just cut us out kind of says to me that he doesn't appreciate what we did for him.
Yeah. It's tough because if one person is not willing to communicate, there's only so much effort you can put in, and you just kind of have to let those people go eventually. You just kind of have to let it die. But this is kind of like, our go with peace kind of thing.
I want to make sure that at the end of the day, the message isn't like, screw you. So I want to end it by saying something positive. Dylan is always very nice, easygoing, chill. He always was like a pleasant addition to any group setting.
I love his fashion. I think it was very brave of him to go to another country. It must be really hard leaving your family and friends.
Moving forward, I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but we knew that from the beginning.
Most of the time you just don't know how it's going to go until you start. I know that's how it was for me. I had no idea how things were going to go until I actually started doing this stuff. I think my favorite parts of the show was actually getting to know the people in our friend group on maybe a little bit of a personal level. A lot of things can come out of it, and I think that's really cool.
Just because of recent events, I just wanted to have a little conversation quickly and make sure some things are clear. It's important to know that everyone in the cast of the show agreed to be on the show, and we spoke about it at length before we ever started filming. It's a reality show, and by now we all know what a reality show is. I also give people every opportunity to view the episodes before they're posted so that they can ask for any changes that they want, which is not something a normal reality show would do, by the way. I've literally blurred out people's faces because they didn't like their haircut that day. I do not have to do that. When there are microphones clipped onto people, they know everything they say is being recorded. But even despite that, I will triple check to make sure it's okay to use. If anyone claims to be unhappy with what makes it onto the show, it's because they've ignored multiple attempts from me to get their pre-approval. I have done my best to represent everyone respectfully, but there's nothing I can do if someone chooses to ignore me. So yeah,